Yeah, you can't hate the poacher, man. Like they live in a community.
Yeah.
They've got some, not phenomenal job where they're making just a tiny amount of money every week and every month. And somebody with money is coming and say, "Hey, there's an opportunity and we're going to pay you $500 for you." And that sounds like a lot because you're used to getting $50 a month. And in one night, we can get you 500.
This is Folded Curiosity. Are poachers, I mean, I guess it's always kind of painted. You never really see them, but I guess, are these just basically locals that are hired?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't hate the poacher, man. Like you want to, and I certainly did when I first got into it. I was like, I want to kill those guys.
Yeah.
I just want to kill them. And then you just let's step outside. Let's think, what's their life? What's their perspective? Oh, okay. They live in a community locally.
Yeah.
They've got some, not phenomenal job where they're making just a tiny amount of money every week and every month. And somebody with money is coming and say, "Hey, there's an opportunity. I want you to take the risk, and we're going to pay you a fraction of what we're getting for the horn. But this $500 for you sounds like a lot because you're used to getting $50 a month, and in one night we can get you 500." And they're putting a big risk on the line. But if they're, they got a lot of kids, they got a family, they're just trying to do what the majority of us are trying to do, which is just provide for our loved ones.
Yeah.
So you can't blame these guys. It's the money behind it. It's the real. Where's the real demand coming from? Really, who's funding this? These guys are just trying to make a living, and their life's not easy. And it's hard to say. You do have to honestly ask yourself, if you were in their shoes, you can't definitively say you wouldn't do it. You want to provide for your family. Ultimately, that's the most important thing at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you can't blame those guys. And yeah, long story short, they're not usually super high tech. They might have some guys on the outside that are high tech. I mean, the sad thing is, and the reality is, a majority of these poaching jobs are inside jobs. So these are guys that work in the park. Because we'll see a poached rhino and it's like, dude, this is in such an obscure part of the park. We don't see a lot of rhino here that often. Like, how the heck did they know there was a rhino here?
So
what is going on? Oh, and then we later found out, the manager of that park or one of the rangers or whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah, they're informing and they're just saying like, hey,
they get a cut.
keep it. Oh, big time. Yeah, they want money. They want the money.
Wow.
Let's plant some guys over there in that northeast corner, and we saw a couple bulls there, or we saw a mom and calf there. She's gonna be there, so just park up there. You'll be able to hide easily, cut that fence, jump in, get our horn, and get out.
Sure.
And so we see it all the way up. I mean, you can find articles easily of guys like way up the chain within the park or in the government inside jobs. And then those people funding it. But a lot of them, I mean, that's how you get that intel. Because some of these parks are pretty big, like it just doesn't make sense with some of these poachers. And then again, like I said, we find out at some point, whether shortly after, or maybe even years after, oh, this guy.
He was the guy.
He's been cashing in on this for years.
It's heartbreaking to hear that.
Those are the people that, I can't help but I hate them. I mean, I hate to say, I don't want to hate anybody, but I don't like those guys, man. Like guys like that already have a good job. They don't need to be doing this. They're not, in some, having a crappy life or whatever, bordering the park. They're just being greedy and they're exploiting their native wildlife to make money and taking advantage of it. I don't like those guys, but the people I don't like as much, maybe even more, there's wildlife conservation, in quotes, organizations that raise money for this kind of thing, and they don't spend any of it on the animals. They're just cashing in, and they're really good. They're business people, so they know how to raise awareness. They get big celebrities. They do big campaigns. They get a lot of money in. But what are you doing for our wildlife?
Just pocketing.
Because I don't see you doing much.
Yeah.
And you're getting all this money from people who really want to make a difference for the rhino. That's why they gave you the money, right? They're not just trying to give you money for your salary. Like, they want to help our wildlife. And if they weren't giving that money to you, they could be giving it to Rhino 911 or somebody else, and it's making a difference. And so those guys are like, dude, you're bad. Wow. You're bad people. Like, you're just taking money from from the animals, like straight out. Just straight from the animals.
The inside. They know all the...
Yeah, they know. And they're playing like they're like they're playing like they're doing the right stuff. It's like, that's evil.
Just gotta
Poacher's cool. You know what? Yeah. I get it. Those guys, bad news, man. So
Such a wicked
and that's common.
people.
And as social media grows and the ability to promote and PR and market and obviously opportunities expand. So
You can twist the narrative to be how you want it to be,
Sure.
and that's the whole.
yeah, I mean, some of these big organizations, like their big money makers, are keeping these animals endangered. So they actually make an actual effort. In a way, it's not transparent. It's not like obvious to the public, but they're like, hey, if our rhino populations are improving and they're doing well, that's going to kind of mess up our donations because now they're not endangered because they're doing well.
Right.
So why are people going to give us money when the population's doing? We need to keep them like
keep them in
not
this
doing
zone.
well.
Yeah.
There's just like this little sweet spot, and that's been evident with even some big organizations. I mean, it's just it's at the end of the day, if you learn one thing, as a human, whatever industry you're in, certainly this one, money talks.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's just what it is.
Watch the full episode this Thursday.